Hi guys, thank you so much for tuning in and clicking on this video. I'm just going to put a disclaimer just before I jump into the video. I'm going to be talking about some sensitive topics. As you guys can obviously see from the title and thumbnail, there is some information revealed about Soula Boy from Nia, which was like his long-term ex, and she's released some very disturbing information and just has been exposing him. So it's a little bit crazy because I actually followed their relationship way back when, I think it was it Love and Hip Hop? Jeez, like the good old days with trash TV. They were on Marriage Boot Camp, and that was a really interesting Marriage Boot Camp, just seeing the dynamics of their relationship. During an interview, she released some very disturbing information, which I'm going to share with you guys. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Also, if you ever wanted to support my channel furthermore, in the description is my PayPal and my Cash app. I really do appreciate all of my supporters. Let me just jump right into the video now. There were some shocking details, like I stated, that revealed that Soula Boy once kicked Nia in the stomach and caused her to have a miscarriage. Now, she went into details about their relationship and just about his abusive nature. During her recent interview with Tasha K, Nia opens up about what she endured during her relationship with Soula Boy. During the conversation, Nia shared some terrifying details about their 6-year relationship. Things that included posting her nude online, beating her when the two didn't have sex the night before. She explains why she resented the way fans made light of the abuse they witnessed when the couple appeared on Marriage Boot Camp. And do you know what? That Marriage Boot Camp was really interesting. There's a lot of questions when I watched that Marriage Boot Camp, and I think if you didn't really watch or follow their relationship from the beginning, she would come across as very resentful. It seemed like she was very bitter and she didn't want to let go. And it was kind of like, well, if this person is so horrible, then why are you holding on to that person? But you know, I've spoken about abusive relationships before, and how sometimes with manipulation, emotional manipulation, mental manipulation, obviously stems abuse. It's hard to just leave like that. Like, you can't just be like, but why don't you just leave? I left that narrative a long time ago. With obviously maturity, and it comes with age, I suppose, you start looking at things from a different angle, and I realized that it's not that simple. She says, I wanted to leave, I was trying to leave, I had pepper sprayed him one day really bad. He tried to take a shower and it effed him up really bad. I want to say it was the same day he had charged at me, so I pepper sprayed him. I had it under my pillow. For somebody to carry pepper spray under their pillow when you're in the same house as your boyfriend, to one day use it against him if he ever charges at you, that is seriously concerning. Like, that's crazy. With a gun, Tasha asked during the interview, and Nia replied, yeah. And he had friends there that would sit there and watch him. Nobody ever said anything. It was just crazy. It was something that was private. But if his friends were there, he didn't care. Tasha continued to ask, so you mean to tell me that there were grown men who were there? Then Nia said they didn't do anything. No one did anything. I won't say they all enabled each other, but that's how it felt. Oh, she says that's how it feels. It's just crazy to hear that. Like, am I surprised? Not really, because they did definitely have a toxic relationship. I asked a question on my my poll. Let me just go to it quickly, whether you can actually what did I say? Hold on one second, let me just go to my community page. So I asked a question, can you make a toxic relationship work? 10% of you said yes, obviously 90% said no. I would be really interested to hear why, your reasons is, if you did vote, by the way. Someone says, I wouldn't even try. If a partner isn't making your life better, easier, happier, they're not worth the effort. That was from Lined Well. And Warrior God says, yes, it is possible, but the very first thing you need to do is find who is toxic. Often no one wants to take the owner of their own toxicity. I can never say that word. Toxicity. Toxic. Oh Lord have mercy. You know what I mean. Often no one wants to take, okay, I've said that, but if one may admit that word again openly, then we have a starting bridge to work with. Communication and solving each other's issues is what will be needed. Now, if your partner is the one who won't change and makes you feel less special, then yes, you'd want to leave. That's a very key thing that Warrior God said, which I agree with, is somebody has to take ownership and you have to identify where the toxicness, that word, is coming from, like who is toxic. And also another question that I want to ask is, do we all have toxic traits? That's interesting, because I believe so. I believe we do. I mean, come on, everybody has bad and evil, good and bad in them. And how much percentage of your toxicity how am I trying to have a serious conversation? I can't even say the word, please. What percentage of that toxic trait comes out? Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are new to my channel, feel free to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll speak to you guys in my next video.